Hi, my name is Benjamin. In the last couple of weeks, we've been engaging, trying to figure out which voices are being heard within our locality. And in Kenya, we found there are some people groups whose voices have not been, captured in the development or in the budget aspects where we look at, public participation engagements. The artisanal miners are one of those people groups. We've visited several communities around the nation and in several counties like Migori, Vihiga, and Kakamega, which is the western part of Kenya. We visited a community that mines gold. In these communities, especially in Migori, we found that the miners, had challenges. They didn't have safety gears, and it was a concern to us, especially by first in the awe of them doing this, because like me, for example, I hadn't seen that how they practiced the artisanal mining. We found that they were getting into pits, and in some cases, as we had, 100 meters, 300 meters deep, and 100 or 300 kilometers. The shafts were going side by side. So it was a concern the way they got into these mines, and the only thing that they had was a small torch, a helmet, and that was it. And some of them who looked like they were more equipped had gumboots. So for us, we were concerned in the sense that some of these mines didn't have proper oxygen pumping equipment. They didn't have digging equipment and things like that. So it was a concern on how are they managing while they are down there. So even when they are, the way they are dressed, you find they're full of dust. Their mouths are not covered with any gear to avoid the dust, them intaking that. So it was, one way it was like an awesome thing that these guys are doing, but it was a concern in the sense that they were ailing. I mean, you find that these people are actually, going through a hard moment when they are doing this. So equipment was one of the things that they lacked. In some cases, as I mentioned, the equipment also was lacking. You find that even for oxygen, because they were so deep in the ground, they were suffering from oxygen deprivation. And some cases where they were, required oxygen, they used very simple machinery, like a blower, the blower that they normally use to clean machinery like computers. That's what they attached, pipes and directed towards the pits and the shafts. So it was a concern on how, simple kind of equipment they were using, and yet they were doing all this risky work. So they didn't have the right equipment. They don't have safety gears to protect themselves should there be any, accidents in there, because even the shafts themselves, the way they were being built, they're using simple timber, to fasten or to control the earth movement within the shafts. So also information, as a third thing that we realized, they didn't have good information in terms of the best practices. What kind of machinery do they require? What kind of equipment do they require as they get in there? What kind of pulleys, to bring out the rocks? So information in terms of the best practices was also lacking, and the best people who could bring this were, the local government or local experts. But again, those were missing in the place. For us as Open Institute, what we're trying to do is try to bring these people to the forefront, for the government to realize, stakeholders to realize that these people group who are actually bringing or building economy within their locality. How best can they be supported? How best can they be engaged within the society when their development is being discussed upon, when budgeting is being discussed upon, so that their voices could be able to be input and for better planning and for better engagement. So citizen voices for us, be it farmers, be it artisanal miners, is key. So this particular tour enlightened us or gave us better knowledge on terms of who and why these people are being left behind. So going forward, what we're trying to do, or we'll be doing, is try to engage the government, the local government, writing or helping them write policies or bringing up policies, helping the citizens to co-create these policies with the government so that their voices could be heard, and developmental and budgeting can be put in place. So as we progress and we proceed, we will be telling you more on what will be coming out of this particular engagement and trips, and we'll let you also participate in helping us as well. And if you have any ideas, please do help us. Let us know by writing us an email at hello.openinstitute.com, and continue viewing also through our channels and subscribe. Thank you.